What is going on? I'm zmoT, and we've got Drew Mail. I wish I had like that "You've Got Mail" sound from that like 1980s Meg Ryan movie or whatever that was. Let's have a look and see. So we've got some. They're gonna reveal that the Hasty Crab Diamond details are going to be revealed tomorrow. It's not going to be level 60. It's going to be higher. I assumed it was going to be potentially lower or the same. So to have them say that they're going to raise the requirements is very, very interesting. Now, this did not get a lot of play. People didn't seem to clue into this, but this, due to active bonuses players will be receiving, is very, very intriguing. I am super stoked to see what that means. What does active bonuses players will be receiving mean? Please hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Please also come up with a better name for this than Drew Mail, Drew Announcement. There must be a better way. But nonetheless, today is the imitation game. We will be doing this unboosted HQ18 XP46. Let's get into it. I'm curious. The first thing that comes to mind is speed serum everywhere, obviously. Will they be adding some sort of speed bonus, hasty speed, you know? I'm very, very curious. Maybe like 100% speed boost rifles, stage 1, 100% speed boost Zookas, stage 2. Don't know. Very, very curious, though. Trader is coming in 6 hours. The Mega Crab will be here in 12 hours, 33 minutes. We've added the minutes. It was days and hours before. Now we're down to minutes. That means it's going to be 11 p.m. my time. And of course, my in-laws arrive at about 4 p.m. Last time the Mega Crab came, I was at my in-laws' house. This time they are at my house. So that is a facepalm. Hopefully that came through. It just seems like I'm cursed. Mega Crab and I are just not. Maybe I'm too much of a filthy casual. I don't know. Nonetheless, let's get into imitation game. I'm going to try my best to do things properly this time. We're going to use all Zookas. I'm going to try to do things properly. We're going to try to follow the proper lines. No silliness. If you see anything strange in my attacks, anything that doesn't make sense to you, any lines, smokes, etc., please let me know. I'll try and answer any questions I can. Stage 1. Stage 1 versus Squiggle McSquiggle. On these kind of bases, I just like to go to the right corner. Right where that sniper tower is, approximately. We don't typically need to clear these baby mines. Well, look at that. That's definitely a baby mine. Might as well use barrage. I got my window open, by the way. Hopefully you're not going to pick up the background sounds. But today is absolutely gorgeous. Highs of about 22, I think it said. Which is, I think, approximately 70 degrees Fahrenheit. It's basically California in Canada right now, as I talked about yesterday with my stream with the wonderful OP Destroy. Go give that guy a huge follow and shout out and like and subscribe and all that stuff. One of the things that I watched a couple of my own videos yesterday, which I never ever do, and I realized that I am not giving these people who come on my War Factory Save the Core Challenge nearly enough credit. I wanted to just throw out a huge thank you to them. A, for their for coming on my streams, B, for being awesome, and C, for their Boom Beach content, and all of those kind of things. I mean, OP Destroy, for example, I had someone else lined up to come on. They couldn't make it, and OP Destroy came on with like 0 notice, and he knew I had already asked someone else, so which was kind of awkward, and he's like, I don't care, man, I'm in. Anything you want to do, I'm in. Just tell me where to be, what time, and he made it happen. So huge shout out to him and the Chicken and Cosmic Duo. Just like, these guys are spending their own time and coming on and potentially looking silly, or I mean, no one does a Save the Core challenge, so no one has experience in this or has practiced this, or it's just meant to be silly. And I was really hoping I would have lost before now, but now I'm like 3-0, which makes it seem like I'm like challenging people to come on so I can beat them or something. it's nothing to do with that. Win or lose, this is completely irrelevant. The reason why I like the War Factory Challenge, if you haven't seen it yet, I'll post a card to it right about here, is that it gets people, like, people have asked why I don't do like a picture-in-picture or a side-by-side video, and the reason is it gets people mobile. Please go check out these guys' channels. If you could watch it here, then there would be a little bit less reason to do it, essentially. I want people browsing around, go check out other channels out, and if I lose a subscriber because you find out that the Chicken or Cosmic or whatever are better or have better content, that's okay. I kind of think it's going to be more like we'll both gain subscribers by cross-pollinating. I think that's the best term I could come up with. So I think it's interesting. I put a challenge out to Ben Tim on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, check out my Twitter, the things up the top. I'd love to have Ben Tim come back. If those that aren't aware, I played in his task force for like 18 months. I say played. I basically ran the task force for about 18 months. And so it'd be kind of cool to have him come out, and I feel like it's the kind of challenge that Ben Tim or Nick at Night or any of those guys that haven't played much recently could do, because there's not a lot of skill involved. If you have max troops, you can just drop them and watch. Like, none of the things that OP or Cosmic or I were doing were terribly skillful. We were just kind of like dropping our troops and barraging things, and once in a while using smoke. And like the War Factory yesterday could be beaten with no smokes. So it's not like Ben Tim would have to go and practice up his skills again or anything along those lines. So it'd be kind of cool. I mean, a lot of people watched Ben Tim back before he had 200,000 subscribers, and he would like upgrade his 8 landing craft when he hit every extra 10,000 subscribers or whatever it was. So lots of cool things that could be done, and if you have any ideas of who else to bring on, please let me know. I want to bring Saul on. I want to bring Beardaholic on. Those are the 2 people that have been mentioned so far. I'm also thinking about bringing on a couple of the smaller YouTubers, just because, like, Skull Crusher, for example. Skull Crusher, if you're out there, every single Save the Core challenge I've done, Skull Crusher has commented, and I just feel like I haven't watched a lot of Skull Crusher's videos. I've watched his 2 Save the Core challenges, and I mean, he's got a Blue Jays hat on, so he gets bonus points from me there. But he's also just seems like a happy dude, so go check him out. Actually, I'll throw a card here as well. For too long, I have been doing the YouTube thing by myself, and part of that is the face cam thing. I like being anonymous. I'm not like horribly disfigured or something like that. I just kind of like the fact that I can just be like a random dude, and I can edit my audio after the fact. I don't have to like sync up with a mouth or a face or anything like that. So I'm sort of rambling and off topic. I meant to talk about the Mega Crab, but nonetheless, we're going to keep going against TS61. TS61 is 1000% a base that we have had before. I recognize this name for sure. Let's get this smoke into the corner. And obviously Beardaholic is like a big time war. He's done war, what's that thing called? War Factory for years now, so it'd be kind of cool to get him on. I know he's similar to me in that he's got a lot of things going on between work and family and girlfriend, wife, not 100% sure, but hopefully get him on at some point. So back to the Mega Crab. Let me know if you have any ideas or thoughts on how this is going to work, because this Drew announcement where he talks about the announcement is one thing, but his message on Discord, oh man, gonna have to add on. I've done that way too many times, where he talks about the forum thing up top is interesting, but the bottom thing on Discord, where I had to turn on the white theme, which hurt my soul a little bit, where he talks about active bonuses, just has my mind spinning. Very, very curious. Let me know what you'd like to see, what you're like. The fact that it's going to be higher than level 60 just has, I'm spinning. Like, my brain is just on overdrive trying to figure out what that's going to be. Comment, all that sort of stuff. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm going to come right in. Where do we want to go? Let's go. I can probably shock that rocket launcher with that mortar. So I'm going to go into this area right about here. Not necessarily... Probably should have some heavies loaded just because of all of the things. We're going to do this style drop, which I like a lot. Gets them all lined up in a pretty line, and then we can do a nice little walk. You'll find that I talk about the delay a lot, and then I drop my smokes after I drop my troops. That's more so... that's just me being lazy, really. But that's the way I do my drops 99% of the time. Just because a lot of the things that we're worried about the delay on are further away from the... Let's just get this shock and this shock. Hopefully I get both of those. I missed one of them. So I missed the shock. Oh man, I forgot to flare the core too. Flare the core quickly! Flare the core quickly! More medkits required. Man, that was really bad. Typically a grappler will not bring my ladies back, so you'll keep the delay on the back things and lose the delay on the bottom things. But I got one good shock there. Stage 5, not so pretty, but only lost 9 Zookas, so not awful. Okay, what do we got? Stage 6 against Sapper. I'm sure we've had this before. I'm sure of it. This is going to be a very easy stage. We will be removing... You know what? We won't be removing that mine. We don't need to. So, I'm going to just BART out this rocket launcher. Hopefully get the attached sniper tower. Try not to attach your buildings like that. Bad things happen, as you can see there. And then we're going to go right into here. I'm going to drop my smokes late. Don't really need to worry about the gaps because the troops will be moving in the right direction. And then we're just going to flare back. You see, part of the issue that I totally forgot about here is that when troops are hit by a shock launcher, they ignore flags, which is really annoying. That's been a feature for a long time, and I always forget about it. It's one of those... I'm wondering if it's related to the fact that Everspark walks to flares and things like that. Look at that, gap smoke by the mortars. Always gap smoke by mortars and shock launchers. I just want to go back here and farm some GBE. The reason why I didn't get rid of that mine is because I need to hit level 18 mines in order to be a problem. We were talking about the worst possible... Sorry, I just went on a total tangent. We're talking about the worst possible tribal bonuses that we could think of, and mine damage was one of them. On top of that, we had shock launcher speed would be absolutely brutal. Turning shock launchers into shock blasters would be awful. Did I get rid of that? Yes, I did. Okay, so we are into smooth sailing territory. Just browsing this dude's base. Let's get one more barrage out for that rocket launcher because it's going to be an issue soon. And we don't have a lot of health. I mean, this guy has all of his mortars on the one side. Don't do that. All of your mortars on the one side just means everyone's going to go to the left side. And now we're in good territory. We're just going to walk up to the core here and remove things. And let's go right into here and I'll just shock like this. Booyah! Battle orders. Stage 6. This is one of the easiest stage 6s that we've ever had, I want to say. And let's just throw one more shock just because. Lost a couple troops at shore due to that shock launcher that was right there. Right about there, I think it was. But overall, a very easy stage 6. Just walk the map, get some free GBE, and you're good to go. I think that was the easiest stage 6 we've ever had. You could beat that with just critters, if you have critters. Now we're going to do... This one is one that we could probably solo. Let's see here. We're going to have one shock over here. We're going to have one shock in here, and then we could park, and then one shock over here. Probably need... You know what? Let's do it properly. Let's clean this up a little bit. Make things a little bit easier, and we'll just go from there. So let's go like this. We're going to load Everspark. I'm just going to make this as super simple as possible. I don't want to have, like, just for those people to copy that. I don't need to try and flex here or something ridiculous. We don't need a solo. Let's just do it simple. If there's any kind of boom mines, I'm going to be in big trouble, but we'll try to, we're going to push the button and flare. I was almost late on that flare. Did you see that? That was fairly ridiculous. Okay, just a mine. I can see the boom mine on the right there, so we should be okay. I'm going to actually clear that right now just because I don't know where Everspark's going to walk next. Okay, so there's that. That's specifically what I was after. Now I'm going to push the button and go for this back rocket launcher. I want to have no shocks on that left-hand side is my goal here. And I think we should be able to get away with... I got one more smoke. I don't know if I need that smoke. Yes, I do. I big time need that smoke. We're going to double tap. We've got enough GBE to get rid of the rocket launcher and the shock launcher. And that should clear up that left-hand side for us and make things fairly easy for the last hit. Now, I don't know what your preferences are. What just happened? Did my double tap not come out? Or did Everspark just die? That, you can't even see her. That did not go as planned whatsoever. Maybe the shock blaster wrecked us? I'll have to watch the replay, but definitely did not. Now, there's two schools of thought on this, obviously. Obviously, you can try for the solo and you put yourself in a good position for an easy second hit, or you can... I've kind of put the emphasis on the second hit as a result of what we just did. So shock mine hidden behind that. I'm going to clear those three. I'm also going to sneeze my face off. I'm going to clear this quarry, I think this is called. Quarry in that corner always. Any kind of 5x5 building in that corner tends to be a problem. Now at this point, I need some GBE because I want to get one more artillery to clear those mines that are right there. So we're going to sacrifice a handful of troops over on this side. Spread them out nice and wide, and should I be using a shock? Maybe, but I'm going to sacrifice troops instead. I want to get as much GBE as I can. Because actually I'm going to wait for a barrage, because if I can get a barrage out, then I can clear that building completely, which would be much, much preferable. Get the shock, get that rolling, and then we'll just throw an artillery. Is it going to land? It did. Look at that. So, got a nice little walk along the right-hand side. Really, really wanted to get rid of that shock launcher, but Everspark did not. Actually, you know what? Let's have a look at that replay. I haven't even looked at my rewards. Rewards for stage 1, and intel, not bad. Intel, frag, intel, frag, intel. Lots of intel today. Holy, that's unusual. Let's watch stage 6, 7 attack quickly. Just... I think the shock blaster must have ruined our double tap. We lost the delay on the shock blaster as soon as it shot the rocket launcher, but I'm kind of confused that we didn't get the double tap out here. Let's watch it in half speed. Come on, double tap. Where'd you go? I'm assuming it's got to be the shock blaster. Shock blaster. There's one. Yeah, shock blaster wrecked. So be careful around that shock blaster. Maybe shock it, and we'll get brick loaded again. And I'm actually going to scout. Look at this, scouting for the first time. Isn't there a song about for the very first time? Don't know. We're going to shock in here. We're going to shock this. Is that shock launcher going to reach? Probably. It probably will. It shouldn't necessarily, but it probably will. Nice easy walk though. I'm just going to shock all of the things. And Mega Crab will be here very, very soon, and life will be good. Very, very all over the place today as far as the topics and things. Hopefully that's not a terrible, terrible thing. Hopefully I'm not annoying you. And if I am, as always, hit me up in the comments, and I will reply to you. I think that's the one thing that I do. That's probably what I do best at YouTube, sadly, is reply to comments. Like, I just sit here with and refresh the screen and spend way too much time on it, but I feel like it makes people feel special, so you can never make people feel too special, can you? Oh, let's chuck over there too. Might as well. There we go. So, down goes stage 7 in a ball of flames. Almost lost those Zookas in a ball of flames, speaking of flames. Pretty easy. Pretty happy I did a setup attack. It made things much, much easier. Double crystal. Look at that. Ooh, Nelly. For pity's sake, as my mother-in-law would say. Does anyone know anyone that says for pity's sake? She also says had the bun, which I had never heard either of those things said in real life conversations before. It makes me laugh every time I hear it. But that's it. That's all. HQ 18, XP 46, unboosted attacks with level 18 Zookas taking out Imitation Game and getting 2 crystals as a result. Major, major awesomeness. Once more, the Drew, in case you joined us late, which I don't think you actually even can, Drew with the announcement. That active bonuses is, God, it's exciting. I just can't believe they're going to raise the diamond statue. Let me know what you think about that as well. Should the diamond statue be raised? I'm okay with that. I think it should be hard to get. If you think otherwise, please let me know. If you have any ideas of what those active bonuses are going to be, please comment. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all of those sorts of things. Hopefully this isn't too loud. I love this music, but I forgot to turn off my microphone, so I'm out of here. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT. Peace.